Greetings to China Exposed News Talk. I'm James J. Tsidkenu. Well, we got some developing story here with the lady from Hawaii, whatever you want to call it, telecommunication giant from China. She has been released on bail. That's right. The Canadian government gave in to the Chinese and released her on bail. She is a huge flight risk. They know it. And here's one. What would prevent the Chinese right now to bring her into the Chinese embassy and give her diplomatic immunity? Nothing at all. There wouldn't be nothing in China. I mean, in Canada, they could prevent the Chinese right now to take her in to the embassy, make her a member of the embassy staff, and give her diplomatic immunity. That means that the Canadian government couldn't touch her. Now they're going to say that the crime occurred before that she got diplomatic immunity, but then they're going to have to take that up with the United Nations, who's basically bought off by the Chinese, and they'll put enough pressure on the Chinese weak government, okay, and the Chinese and the Canadian government. I mean, the Chinese will put enough pressure on the Canadian weak governments that then they will fold and allow this lady to get on the plane and leave, and you'll never see her again. All right. I hope they took DNA tests and they took blood samples of this lady, because they could switch her out. Trust me, I will not put it past the Chinese. They could switch her off for somebody that looks like her, and that's what they're going to get. I hope they took blood samples of her, because they may, and good fingerprints, because they can switch her out, man. I'm sure they got fingerprints on her, but let's see what happens with them. You know, we don't put anything past the Chinese. And the Chinese right now, I guarantee you, there are some people in Canada, and the government of Canada are going to be making a huge amount of money. Because the Chinese are going to show up to everybody's house. Hello, Chinese communist propaganda and corruption government knocking at your door. Look, we need help with this Hawaii Bing Bing girl, okay? Look, we give you money. We give you a big box of egg rolls, okay? You just say no, whatever the Americans stupid want. You tell them no. You tell them no, this lady must fly out of Canada. We are not going to send her to America. We give you lots of money, okay? And this is what's going to happen. This is what the Chinese are going to do now for the next couple of weeks. Is they're going to go after everybody they can corrupt in China to get this lady on a plane and get her out of Canada. Canada should have never folded into this. Canada should have never. She should have never made bail. $10 million she had to put up for bail. What's $10 million to a company that's making billions? Nothing. It's a drop in a bucket. All right. If they would have set bail at 200 or 300 million, that might have made a little sense. But even that, her daddy, who's the founder of the company, will pay for it. Okay. Her daddy, Joe, go to my bank account, make small check, okay, for 10 million. Stupid Canadian people asking for 10 million for my daughter. She worth more than this. They should have asked for 100 million. They're stupid. I can see them laughing on this one. All right. And then, I mean, it wouldn't cost them anything to come up with $10 million. She's part of the Communist stinking party. This was a big fish. Canada should have hold back, should have stand proud. And let me tell you one thing. Before you Canadians start to write to me a whole bunch of insult letters, let me tell you, I'm one of the few people, I'm an American, that if Canada got invaded tomorrow by whoever in the hell they got invaded, I'll show up over there to fight for you guys. Because Canada has more in common with us than anybody else in any other part of the world. Okay? They really do. I met a lot of great Canadian people. It is nothing against the Canadian people. It is against the weak government of Canada, who gives into this shit from this communist BS, all right, from China. Should have never such. The day the Chinese going to hit the West, they're also going to hit Canada. Don't we get that through our heads? And they're going to use Canada as a route to invade or whatever they're going to do. It's not only the U.S. going to get hit, you know. Let me tell you, China's not out to destroy only the West. I mean, the U.S., they're out to destroy everything in the West is what they're out to destroy. Look at the smile on her stinking face. Just blow it up here. Look at that. My daddy
My daddy, she gave me everything. My daddy go and told me to get the 10,000 billion dollars and pay for me. Okay, now I am free. I am free to do what I want. Stupid! Giving money for me.
There she is. Oh man, she is a huge flight risk. Here's what the Chinese will do. You see, the Canadian government right now will put their police and their federal police officer, whatever you want to call it, they'll put them to conduct surveillance on her to make sure she doesn't get a plane and leave. Whenever the Chinese want to take her out of Canada, they're going to take her out of Canada. Because them stinking little rats, they will do anything, those communist rats, okay? They will find a way to disguise her as a man, as a waitress, or even the ambassador of China. And she'll get on a plane, okay, with diplomatic immunity and fly out. And then the rest of the time, the U.S. is going to have to fight it out with the Chinese trying to get her into court, which will never, ever, ever, ever happen. All right? Canada just basically released her. Even though she's on bail, she basically released her, is what they have done. Alright? And like I said, don't be surprised if the person that shows up to court is a whole different person. It's just not even her. Alright? Ah, man, it's frustrating. You know, here we are. The West is actually at war with Canada. I mean, with China. And, you know, and one of our closest allies and our neighbor, okay, who has basically a spy. This lady and her company and all those people that work in that Chinese company have put chips in those phones to spy on everything. Not only on the U.S., on every single country. They're spying on with these phones, opening up the cameras whenever they feel like it, recording, taking pictures, taking videos, and you don't even know when your phone's on and doing this crap. They done it. They penetrated. They have been kicked out of U.S. federal complex for this, because they're known for this. All right. The technology is stolen technology. All right. And she sits there, and they think that this is great. The thing is that, you know what I hate about this? Somewhere in China right now, in some backboard communist party room, smoking big cigars, sucking on the egg rolls like egg roll and vampires, they're laughing it up. These Canadian people are too stupid, too easy. Oh yes, we gave them $10 million. What is this? It's stupid. I thought they were going to ask for a lot more, maybe $200 million. They are stupid. Oh, what else can we get from Canada? I don't know. Can we get a Mountie uniform? Oh, maybe we can ask them. We could put Mountie uniforms. We can take them all the way from them and make them naked. We never seen so many stupid people. American, they're full of stupid Democrats. All of them, stupid. They like communism. They don't know that we're going to shoot them all when we take over. Oh, they're so stupid. And Canadian, just too stupid, too easy. Too stupid, too easy. We call up and threaten them. We're going to get you. And as soon as we say we're going to get you, I think I heard in the background somebody took a shit. Oh, it's too funny. Bring me more egg rolls. I'm taking a big one. Go, bring. This is what you're going to get out of the Chinese. I wish I could sit there, and in some ways, I wish I could sit there with the Chinese and enjoy the laughter. You know? Because it's really funny. This is really funny. The thing about it is, it comes with a hell of a consequences. The Chinese are going to put their boot on Canada's government's neck for a very long time. And they're going to do whatever they want with them. Because they now see how weak Canada is. Giving into this BS, knowing that this lady is a huge flight risk. Instead of putting her, the Canadian government should have put her right. They shouldn't even leave her even allowed to leave the airport. They should have shoved her in a plane, a U.S. bound plane, and sent her to the U.S. and gotten out of that. But no, they decided to drag on with it and play games and have all this political garbage coming from China. Weak, man, weak. And like I tell you, a lot of Americans will go fight it out to assure that Canada stays free if they ever got invaded by stinking China or Russia or anybody. You know? Because we believe strongly, and I mean, I'm a strong believer in Canada. You know, and I love the Canadian people. You know, I don't think I ever met anybody from Canada that had anything bad to say about it. But the government really dropped the ball on this one. I hope she does show up to jail. I mean, show up to court. I don't know, man. I don't think she's going to show up to court. They're going to screw everybody over on this one. And she's going to get away. Anyway, man, I don't know what the heck am I doing out here. Not making sense to anybody. You know 6 Seal News Talk? My other channel? Oh, man. They have put that in the toilet. They have put that channel back in the back of the back room. Under somebody's shoe. Alright? Commentary. Almost zero. Subscriptions were going up, but it came back down again. They're playing games with it. It's really, it's sad to see that YouTube has gone so far in doing this. A company that I wish they could get a lot of people like me who believe in the freedom of speech to help them out in Europe, because they're about to be banned. They have maybe about 2 years left in Europe, YouTube. And I'm not saying this. It's YouTube saying this. Because of a new law they're putting having to do with censorship. And the thing is, once they pass the law in Europe, basically YouTube will be banned. There's almost nothing you can give on YouTube that copyright law won't apply to it. And almost everybody that's on everything that's been given on YouTube right now on Europe, most of that content will have to be taken out. So YouTube, for the most part, wouldn't even exist in Europe almost. I mean, according to what they're saying, I don't even see how that YouTube's going to exist there anymore. It's going to be little kitty cat videos. That's all it's going to be on there. All the good stuff is going to be gone from there. Alright. And then YouTube, it actually has the balls, and I hope somebody from YouTube is listening to this, has the balls to ask for our help. They're asking help from who? From the ones making the kitty cat cute videos? Or are you asking help from people like me who know something about freedom of speech and who are fighting for freedom of speech? See, here's what YouTube is. They don't know what side of the boat they want to be in. They want the little kitty cat, cute little kitty cat video people to make them videos saying that YouTube should not be banned in Europe. But they don't want the people who are standing for the freedom of speech in the United States to get involved with them, because they want, here's the whole thing. They don't want to be blocked in Europe, and they don't want to be taken out of existence in Europe, but they want to take people like me out of existence here in the U.S. and ban my freedom of speech. But they don't want their freedom of speech being banned. Oh, no, communism, socialism has to have a right to talk. And they're stupid, because just like every communist and socialist who supported other higher up communists and socialists found out later on in life, they all got screwed by them and stabbed in the back. And that's what they're getting back. Right now, I mean, come on. If you're the CEO of YouTube, you got to see you're being stabbed in the back by the globalists, the same ones you're supporting, you morons. Oh, man. Oh, man. And the people that were on YouTube, they could be helping them with the problem in Europe so they wouldn't get their butts kicked out of Europe. They kicked them out of YouTube. All because of the elections. Oh, no, we have to cheat on every single election. We have to manipulate things around. Let me tell you, if you're an American, I don't care where your side is. If you're a pro-liberal, non-liberal, whatever your political opinion, even if you don't have one, you're screwed. Big times. Alright? Big times. When these pigs in the European Union, who are the globalists and technocrats and communist, socialist, Nazis, because they're like the worst of the worst, all put up in one big giant bag, okay? When these a-holes finally take control of all the internet and all communications and censor the crap out of everybody, the heads are going to roll on every single platform, on every single, you could say, level. They're going to come off. on all those idiots that supported them. It's,
Oh no, we're going to support you. I'm sorry, boy. I'm sorry, boy. Sorry, boy. I'm going to support you. I'm a sorry. Wait a minute. Let me drink some soy. Soy is so good for your body. Makes your little pee-pee get pee-pee. I'm a soy boy.
look at this a-hole from Google. Sits there lying his guts out. Do you have any connections in China?
What China? I don't know any China. I never heard of anything having to do with China. What China?
Sir, are you connected with China and are you doing anything in China to prepare their stuff? Their search engines?
What China? Where's China?
They're so stupid in our Congress that they actually believe that this moron doesn't know anything about China, has nothing to do with China. After we have seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of articles on their own websites talking about Google and China. What kind of morons have taken over our government, both in the Democrats and the Republicans? You guys, I think you guys, seriously, somebody better check you guys' water. And somebody start checking the halls of our government, because there must be some kind of a moron activation of some kind of a weird weapon being used on you, because you can't be that stupid not to see that this guy knows everything that's going on in China with Google, but yet he says, China?
What is China? I do not know. I never heard of China before in my life.
Can somebody tell me? Oh my gosh, what is this China to me? This doesn't mean nothing to me. You are telling me that I am lying? I am not lying. I know nothing about China. China? Yes, China, the same one that wants to blow up freaking India whenever they get the opportunity. That China. You know anything about that? Oh, no. I never heard about them, I'm telling you. And then tomorrow morning on their same website, they're going to post. They're going to actually post stuff about what they're doing in China. Oh, man. And people are going to jail for lying to Congress and lying to the FBI. But this guy don't know. I know nothing. My God, I would look at the bill like I know nothing. Excuse me. 1 second. I think I lost it up there. So anyway, what can we do? The world's gone bad. And if I don't get some water, I'm not going to be able to talk to you. Hang on. I'm back. Oops. Yes, what's James up to today? Let me tell you, man. I think one day, a lot of people like me are going to be sitting down in some corner. And at one point, you'll have Alex Jones sitting there. You have people like me sitting there. You have other people they were throwing out of YouTube and Patreon and all these places. And we'll sit there, and then we'll all be having like these little signs: we work for food, or we need jobs, or home. And we'll all be wearing a little rag tap, whatever, pants and stuff out in the roads and bum and skid road. And then one of our guys would point over there across the street. And we'll look across the street and say, hey, isn't that the CEO? Or used to be the CEO of YouTube? Yeah. What's they doing out there? Oh, they're in Skid Row too. And there's the one from Twitter. And there's that nutcase, that cue ball from Amazon. And all the other guys. Wait a minute, one the great supporter? Yeah, but they all got betrayed and stabbed in the back. Now they're all in Skid Row too. Huh. And we tried to help them. Yeah. And then you're probably going to have one of these guys coming up to us and say, hey man, can we get a piece of your bologna sandwich? You know what? If the CEO of YouTube or Twitter or any of these bastards are basically trying to destroy the freedom of the United States came up to me and we were in dire strait and I didn't have much food, I still would share my food with them because I'm a humane person. They wouldn't. They'd probably just kick me in the rear. More likely. See, there are hundreds, thousands of people here on YouTube who have tried to make a livelihood out of this. You think they care about it? Hell no. Not one bit. Because it's their agenda first. But they're going to find out the hard way something that I know already, and many people like me know, who know about communism and socialism. They're going to find out the hard way that they're going to end up either in this life or the afterlife. They're in deep, deep trouble. It's no joke. The Chinese, let me tell you, you guys, the writing is literally on the wall. You bastards in the Communist Party in China think you got away with it. Think you're getting away with it. Let me tell you, you don't know when the wrath of God is going to drop on you like a ton of bricks. It's going to drop on you for all the crap you guys are doing. It's going to drop on you. Everything going to drop on you. You're going to be annihilated. It's going to become more rare than gold. It's going to be next to impossible to find somebody from China when the wrath of God comes on you. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying what's being predicted. So anyway, people, let me get off here. I kind of think of driving anybody bananas today. So anyway, support the channel if you want to. If you're Canada, I know you're going to write the stuff to me. Trust me, people. I'm not against Canada. I'm against the government, who's another nutball case. Just like a bunch of these morons in France and all this stuff. Giving into all this crap. Anyway, we do what we want. I'm here to put out what I can from the truth. You don't want it, fine. What can I do? You know, if you want it, I'll put it out there. So anyway, love you all no matter what. And we'll see where it all goes. And maybe I'll make some kind of a live stuff in the next couple of days. Maybe on the weekend. So y'all have a great one. And don't forget to go and if you can buy this t-shirt shop and support the channel if you can. Whatever, you guys do whatever you want. And well, have a great one. Have a blessed one. Bye-bye now.